Hi, I'm Kristyn Burtt for LifeScript.com. Olympic gold medal winning skater Dorothy Hamill is marking several milestones this year. It's the 40th anniversary of her win at the 1976 Olympics. She's turning 60 and she's celebrating 8 years of being cancer-free. Dorothy joins us now to tell us why she's encouraging women to take charge of their health. And she's joined by breast cancer specialist Dr. Elise Lauer. Dorothy, take us back to your breast cancer diagnosis in 2007. What stage were you in and what immediate course of treatment did you receive?
Well, I was diagnosed 8 years ago, and I was supposed to be going on the road with a skating company 5 days later. It was a devastating diagnosis. The good news is I have the most common kind of breast cancer, which is hormone receptor positive. And I remember instantly thinking, what do I do? Am I going to die? I just didn't know. And so trying to find out as much information as I could from, the doctors, the internet. A good friend who had experience with breast cancer told me that I should get a second opinion. And I thought, well, why would I get a second opinion? It's clear. And I did, and it was a good thing because my treatment ultimately was different. I ended up a couple of weeks later having surgery, then having radiation, and then being put on the aromatase inhibitors, the anti-estrogen medicines.
And how did your body react to the anti-estrogen treatment?
Oh boy, those medicines are not for me. I was on a study with the new forms of them for a year. And that's when, at the end of a year, my physician, my doctor said, you know what, these medicines aren't for you. So they put me on the tamoxifen, which is one that's been around for a long time, and people know about that. I was very achy, I had hot flashes, and just fatigue. So those medicines really weren't, I just didn't feel great with them. There's a test that can determine whether it would benefit me to stay on those anti-estrogen medicines for another 5 years and risk whatever, the side effects of that, or if I could actually go off of them. And for me, it turned out that I could actually go off of those medicines. So we started a campaign to get the word out there, because the test is only 2 years old, for women or caregivers to research and to see that there is a test out there that can be done easily, and it's new. And our campaign is called BeWiserAboutBreastCancer.org, and it's an educational tool website to find out more about it.
And Dr. Lauer, what are some of the longer-term risks for women taking anti-estrogen drugs?
Well, first of all, we know that one size does not fit all. And one of the most important things today is to try to determine if you are more likely or less likely to benefit from continuing treatment. So there are some new guidelines suggesting that 10 years of hormone therapy can benefit many women. But not all women benefit. And as your question points out, there are a lot of side effects that can happen. So the first thing is, do I really need to take the treatment? Because hormone therapy can be life-saving, and if you need to take it for 10 years, we have to figure out a way to hopefully cheerlead you through it. Luckily, most women don't benefit from longer duration of hormone therapy, and most women are able to stop after 5 years.
Can you tell us about gene profiling?
Yes, this test is part of a new way that we analyze tumors, and it's called gene profiling. And we take a specimen of the treatment or the tumor. As she mentioned, this is something that's done when you have a biopsy or surgery done. And it's analyzed for specific genes or characteristics that tell us how we think a cancer will behave. And it helps us to figure out, in this case, who is more likely to benefit from longer duration of treatment and who's more likely to have a cancer come back between years 5 and 10.
This question is for both of you. With so many advancements in breast cancer treatment these days, how does a patient know how to sift through all the information and make the right choices for their health?
Well, for every time they go to our BeWiserAboutBreastCancer.org and post social hits, there will be $1 that is donated to BreastCancer.org, which is the major breast cancer information research website. So that's a place that women can start, and I imagine that that's all pretty pretty real and believable and accurate.
I encourage women, go to reliable resources, very, very, very important. Be armed with information, but also make sure that you close that loop and talk to your healthcare professionals, because just because your next door neighbor says one thing, it may or may not be accurate for you. And finding out the best pathway for you will probably result in better success and hopefully better quality of life.
Dorothy and Dr. Lauer, thank you so much for joining us today at LifeScript.com.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your interest.